Hey you guys, it's Ty and welcome back to my channel where I hope you guys stay uplifted, motivate you, and find peace amongst yourself. So if you're interested in these type of videos, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up by leaving a like. Make sure you're commenting down below. And make sure you're subscribed by turning on your notification bell if it's not on already, as well as follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter at Ty_guidance and on Facebook at Talks with Ty to stay up to date. And all of the information will be down in the description box below. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. Today is Friday, October 8th, 2021, and it is 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the new month of October by taking each day for what it is. I hope you guys have enjoyed this week. It is going by and are ready to start your weekend. If you guys are going out, make sure you're dressing warm depending on where you live geographically, as well as being safe and being mindful of your decisions and your actions by taking your time to figure out what it is that you would like to do. So with that being said, welcome or welcome back. For those of you today joining, for those of you who are new, something that I like to do before I start my videos or as I'm starting my videos is use a dictionary and thesaurus. And I like to use a dictionary and thesaurus to break down keywords from the title/topic that we'll be going over, not only to refresh your mind so you have a general understanding, but to reassure you, just to understand, maybe a different perspective or just how you may interpret it, because on my channel I suggest and advise information from my past experiences. That's why I'm able to be currently in the present moment today to speak and suggest and advise, because on my channel I don't tell you guys how to feel, what to do, or what to believe, but just let people know that they're not alone, as well as letting them know that it's okay, that everyone processes and heals when it comes to coping, whether it's your depression, your suicidal thoughts, or anxiety differently. So that being said, happy Friday, you guys. I hope you guys are having a good day, good morning, or good evening. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start today's video. Okay, so for today's video, we will go over and discuss how to make choices/decisions. So the two words that I chose to break down for you guys to further define, to reassure you guys, as well as inform you, is the word make and the word choices. So once again, I speak from a place of my past experiences, as well as educating you guys. And the reason why I like to use a dictionary to look up keywords and break them down to not only elaborate on the title/topic is to let people know that it's okay to, educate yourself daily, even if you may or may not know what these words are. And I feel like for me, what has helped me along my journey when it came to healing and for me to discover my purpose and just my intentions, or just in general, was to understand and to realize how it is going to affect me. How can I inform people with information? And I feel like it's really important that I give you guys factual information other than the experience and the suggestion and advice, because once again, this channel is a judge-free channel, so not judgmental. Like, we're not judging anyone here. The egos, it's not here. So if you're for that and for me, thank you so much for supporting. If not, I suggest and advise you don't continue to watch, but letting people know that it's okay to process information how they choose to. So the word make could be used as a verb or a noun. So when you make something, you're forming something or putting parts together, or you're combining substances to construct or to create something. So to construct something means that you're building, or you're having it like you're building a road or a machine. These are the examples that they use. Another word for make or to construct means to assemble. So assembling is when people or a group gather in one place for a common purpose. So when you make something, you're causing it to exist and you're bringing it about. Another way you can use the word make as a noun. So to make something, once again, is the manufacturer or the trade in something that is a particular product. So a model or a brand. So a model could be a representative as a three-dimensional person or thing that is proposed to have some type of structure, typically something that may be original. So a brand is just the type of product that is manufactured by a particular company. So the word choice is how to make choices and decisions. The word choices can be used as a noun or a plural noun. So choice or choices. So choices or a choice is when you act on selecting and making a decision when faced with two or more possibilities. So an option or an alternative or possibility. Understanding that your choices are the right ability to make. So having the possibility to have a selection as well as a range of possibilities when you have one or more that may be selected. So an option is when you have something that may be chosen. So when you have options, you have an alternative. An alternative is one or two things that may be available of a possibility. And the word possibility is a thing that may be chosen or done throughout several times through your alternative. So making a selection and choosing. So selection is when you have the action or fact of being carefully choosing something or someone to be the best or the most suitable to you. So how to make choices and decisions. What I've realized was helped me along my journey when it comes to informing you all every single day and just believing in myself is to, one, take my time. Like everybody, like I said in the beginning of this video, is their own person. So everyone geographically does not live in the same location, which means everybody does not have the same resources, the same tools, the same education. So taking your time to figure out what it is, who you want to be, where you want to go, and how you want to heal. Like in order for me to have realized today, October 8th, 2021, where I wanted to be, I had to have suffered previously in my past years ago, and even just years ago, because this year I haven't suffered or stressed about anything because I've able to learn. But going through life and understanding that I had to go through life, I had to experience in life, I had to realize, what was working for me, what wasn't working for me, and reflecting and taking the time to realize how it was going to affect me. So like when you take your time and you give yourself time, if you have the possibility to do so, you're able to evaluate. So when it comes to making a choice and it comes to making decisions, you want to be able to comprehend and understand what type of choices are working for you. So like just like anybody who starts off in the world, you're a baby, then a toddler, then a child, teenager, young adult, you may or may not be aware of the decision. So for example, when you were little, if your parents gave you the option to pick out your outfit, or if you're making a decision to make something to eat, or if you're making a decision to go on vacation, or if you're making a simple decision in school and work, regardless of where you're making a choice and what the choice is for, taking your time will allow you to make wiser choices so you're able to realize what it is. So reflecting and taking your time is something that I would suggest and advise to you when it comes to making a choice, because the choice that you make is only going to affect you. So for the example, I grew up, I had both of my parents in my life, and my father, who I was really close with, informed me as a little baby to high, like he told me that I was going to grow up very hard-headed, and he was right. It's not because I wasn't able to understand or be disciplined as a child, because how I process information. For me, I had to learn, really understand the hard way, because it was like how I chose to comprehend or how effective I thought situations are. And this is why on my channel I suggest and advise for everyone to be themselves and not to compare themselves, because when it comes to healing, only you can heal yourself on a certain time limit or a time frame in a timely manner. So it's no right or wrong way for you to heal. It took me 3 years mentally to accept that my father is deceased. Like he passed away in 2017 and it's 2021. Like physically I've accepted, like he is no longer here, but mentally I had to heal. I had to go through something in my life to make certain decisions in my life to realize how are they going to affect me, because we make decisions and choices every single day and we may not understand the longevity or the purpose. And as you grow older, regardless of how old you are, but most people, I will say, like as you grow older, will realize how choices affect them, rather they're negative, they're your emotional choices, their mental choices, their financial choices, physical choices, realizing how it's going to affect you. So another thing I would suggest and advise when it comes to making choices and decisions is weighing out your pros and cons. So something that I want you guys to do, and I've been doing as well, is getting us a handy dandy notebook. It says Talks with Ty, that's me, Hi, and making a pros and a cons list. So this pros and cons list could be for this month, this year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Like I said, if you're 25, 35, 45, it doesn't matter your age as long as you're over the age of 18, because if you're not, you should not be here. But making a pros and a cons list throughout your life of what has affected you, rather you suffer from anxiety, rather you had suicidal thoughts, rather you were depressed, or rather you're just happy and just grateful to be alive, because everybody's life and their desire, goals, and who they want to be is not going to be the same. So everyone does not want to be a spiritual healer. Everyone is not going to be a professional football player. Everyone is not going to be a tarot reader. Everyone is not going to be a model. Everyone's not going to want to work at McDonald's. And then there are going to be people who work at McDonald's. There are going to be people who work at the nail salon. There are going to be people who work at a hair salon. There are going to be people who are a firefighter. Like, everybody's allowed to do whatever it is that they choose to do. That's why learning to make choices and decisions that align with you, and taking your time, so thinking about what you value and consider all possibilities. So talking it out, surrounding yourself with like-minded people is really important. Like, this entire year I've isolated myself, and I realized that I only want a certain specific people with a certain mentality and physical actions around me, because I know who I am. I know what I want. I know what type of people I would like to have around me. Everyone is not allowed to just come into my space freely. Like, previously when I was young, it's not to say that I didn't have any boundaries or any respect. I was very open-minded. I still am open-minded, but knowing my limits. And as you grow, when you make certain choices, I'm a young adult. So for me, making certain decisions, the type of environment for me is really important. So planning how you feel, you know, writing down how you feel, surrounding yourself with like-minded people will also allow you to make choices. And when you're able to make choices and decisions, you're able to identify specifically what it is that you want to do. So you want to eliminate choices by setting standards. And in order to do that, you have to experience life. Like, a lot of people, and even myself, before I figured out who I was and where I got to this level of awareness, was to realize that in order to live your life, you have to live. So you're gonna have good days in life, you're gonna have bad days in life. And I want to give a shout out to my mentor, because like he has said, his name is Sadhguru. I'll leave his information here down below. Not to be so content with label, because when you're content with label, like, you're classifying and you're basically putting yourself and limiting yourself on a certain feeling or a certain item, and having an attachment. That's what I say. So just having attachment, and I agree with him 100%, not to have attachments, because in this world, a lot of people have not accepted or realized who they are and where they want to be. And the more you're attached to things that may not be aligned with you, or things that hurt you previously from your past up until this day, the more time is going to take for you to do the work to heal. And knowing, once again, healing is a process. I had to learn within the last 3 to 4 years of my life to get myself to where I am right now in the present day. So like, knowing that it takes time, and knowing that I come on here and I have a lot of things I still have to heal from. And what I learned earlier today from watching a video is that what you sow, or like what you put into the world, is what you put back. And I totally 100% agree on that. So being mindful of the decisions you make previously, and that's why I tell you guys to learn to live in the present day. Be grateful for every single day, because what you do today, if it's not affecting you tomorrow, is going to be part of the decisions and your choices and your reality. So we create our reality. We're able to make our decisions regardless if we're in a comfortable area or we're in an environment, you know, that doesn't make us feel comfortable. So trying to be aware, trying to, you know, not to rush, and learning that when it comes to making decisions, identify what you want. So realize that my camera got cut off, you guys. As you guys can see, I was currently recording it, so I had to switch my phone. But the last thing I said was to realize and identify your decision. So make sure you gather all the information, identify alternatives, and weigh out your evidence. So choose among alternatives and take action. So review your decisions by taking time, reflecting, and practicing daily. So how to make decisions: don't worry about what other people are doing. Live your life. Do not rush. Be aware and experience life, you guys. In order for me to come on here to be in the present day, for me to figure out who I was, it took me 3 years to get myself out of depression and out of anxiety, and still to process and practice daily. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Live your life, and don't forget to say you love.